Hey, good evening, guys. Welcome to, I almost said Waste Not Wednesday.
Not Waste Not Wednesday. This is our Saturday live thrift haul.
Yeah, where has the week gone? Every Saturday night, show you what we find thrifting and junking. We tell you what we paid for, if we're going to do anything to it, what we'll sell it for, and then usually when we're done going through our haul, we kind of transform a few projects.
Yep. And just a heads up for you, lots of people usually watch these live while they're streaming and we answer comments in real time. We will try to get to as many comments as we can. If we miss your comment, you can always email us at customercare@jamirayvintage.com if you've got something real pressing that you need answered.
And Caitlin's on here as always, so she's helping us with any trolls that come our way and answering questions. And if you haven't done so, make sure you guys give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you're a new subscriber.
All right, let's get on with the thrift haul. Okay, little doll bench. This one, where's the price on this one?
It was $4.
It's already had the price peeled off. This one was $4.
I just don't think it was stuck very good, you know? Like sometimes you can't get the price tags off.
It might be that one that was
right
floating
in the middle,
around.
friend.
Oh, it's up on the top.
And
Here we
I
are.
was right, $4.
$4, and this will hold a couple of those American Girl style size dolls pretty good.
We'll paint it up. We'll probably spray it because it's got a lot of spindles, just like
Tons of
big chairs,
spindles,
really
little
annoying. But we'll spray it a cute color and then sell it for about $20. It's a like antique reproduction, and people love those for dolls or just for staging. So
What I would love is if we'd have found one that's this big, this size. Like or not this size, for like real people. That's what I'm trying to say.
Like a real bench?
Yeah, a real bench, not...
I was like, I'm so confused. What are you wanting to find?
All right, did we...
That came from, so we have some things, I'm just going to mention the names, and if we don't tell you the price, it means somebody dropped it off. So Diane Johnson, Val came, and Sue Hendricks came and dropped off some items for us that they did not need. So some of our haul, can't even talk haul, some of our haul we picked up, and some of it was brought by those ladies. So thank you, and this was from Diane. I'll try. I don't think I will remember where everything came from, but I know that came from her.
Yeah, this one, no price on it. It was a 3-piece set, originally $25.99. Looks like that's a second-hand price.
Probably, yeah. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean it up, and I'm going to put an Iod Transfer on it here in a little bit, and then it'll probably sell for about $16.95 at the shop.
If we were to have bought this at the thrift store, I probably would have paid $2 to $3 for it.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there, maybe $4.
I was going to say upwards of $4 for sure. Okay, I'm going to work on that, so I need that.
Oh, you're going to work on this one.
Yeah,
All right, you're going to start right now?
Yeah, we're going to, no.
Okay.
I don't have table space.
All right, this is also from Sue, I believe, yes?
Hi, Mary, did you get my message? I'm guessing she's talking to somebody else. Nope, that came from Val.
Val. This
But
one's from
originally
Val.
it was 75 cents, but it's a really cool antique frame.
Look at that frame on there. Look at that.
Show them the back. It's got a really fun,
It's like a felt back,
yeah.
but it's got the nice, good age on it. It's definitely old.
Is it wood or is it plastic?
It's...
Resin?
It's... Oh, the actual... Frame is wood. Now I gotta look at it close. It's not wood. It looks like it's plaster.
No.
It might be resin, but it's old resin if it is.
Because
it's like
real this morning. How about I
no,
investigate it?
it's resin.
Okay. Because I was deciding if I'm going to paint it or not. I probably will paint it and wipe distress it, and then we'll put a cute, like, antique-looking picture in it. Originally, it was purchased for 75 cents, and I'll probably sell it for about $20 because 75 cents is super underpriced. I would have paid $4 or $5 for that easy.
So you can see kind of the back. So it was resin, and then they put like this plaster stuff over it, like a thick covering. But it's definitely resin. I've determined it.
Oh, Brenda says she put a bench like we just had in her booth, and they're good for platters. That is an excellent idea.
Oh, nice. Okay. All right. So the Windmill was $4, and we will probably sell this around $20. And we're not going to do anything to it. We're going to leave it nice and rusty like it is.
It's not actually old. I know you're shocked, but super Farmhouse, really cute. Got great rusty patina on it. Something that probably was, you know, purchased wholesale or whatever, maybe bought at Hobby Lobby, I don't know. But whenever I find things that are cute that I probably would have purchased as a wholesale item in my shop, I totally pick them up because $4 is a lot less expensive. If I were to wholesale this, I probably would have spent $12 to $20 just to get it wholesale because it's all welded and metal. And in our shop, I'll sell it for about $20.
Well, and a lot of uses for this, as far as decor goes. We have a weather vane that sits up on top of our cabinets, and that's really fun. You could also use this as like a centerpiece or something, you know. Lots of fun things.
Or for a very small farm.
Yeah, well, don't put this out in the yard, it'll get blown away.
Well, maybe an indoor farm. I don't know people's life.
All right, salt and pepper shakers. These have actually been, you know, they're not like a big ticket item, but we paid $1 a piece for these, and we've been painting them and selling them and
For
having good luck
$12
with
and
them.
$14 a set painted.
Yep.
Always use milk paint and hemp oil because they're food safe, and they look really cute with milk paint on them. Usually we'll use like pantry door or whatever, and they look really great. So.
Yeah, this one is the actual pepper mill, and then this is just the salt and pepper or salt shaker.
If you guys need some milk paint, make sure you're hitting up JamiRayVintage.com because we always get that question every time we talk about food safe. People want to know where they can get it because it is hard to come by food safe paint and sealers.
Bio certified.
Bio certified, the milk paint and the hemp oil you can use on that.
Yeah.
All right,
Are we gonna paint those?
No, but I'm just moving them out of your way.
I'm trying to decide what to grab next. I'm gonna go for this. This was $1.50. It says each, so there must have been more, but we only found one.
I just liked, okay, so I probably should, I'm actually at my max of clear glass. But that had a really pretty diamond pattern on it, and I love that it had a little handle. So it's probably not actually old, but super cute, $1.50. We'll clean it up and we will sell it for somewhere around $8 or $9. What color is pantry door, Catherine? It's like a really soft green.
Yeah.
Paula Zuniga super chat. She says,
oh, thank you for the super chat.
Thank you. Callie Girl says hello from Arizona. And Caitlin just she just linked the pantry door because she's on top of it. All right, so why don't you show them this and then start working on this.
All right, so this we actually thrifted last week and forgot to show you.
So
see if I can
actually,
get
the last week or the week before, I feel like it's
might have been 2 weeks.
Yeah, so we spent $10 on it.
It's
and
seated glass.
It's seated glass, and it will probably sell for about $22 to $24 in our shop. I need to look up what they retail for.
We're gonna get rid of this right now.
Yeah, the raffia, somebody decided to decorate with it. Not really.
Oh, it has a little chip up in here that was hiding under the lid.
We'll just sand that.
I'll do that right now so I don't forget.
I have sandpaper.
You have sandpaper? So if we get glass that's got some damage on it, what we do is a lot of times we'll work with that. This might be scratchy if you're sensitive to sounds, you know, volume down.
La 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 la. Does that help?
No, I think that's...
Okay, maybe sand that later.
Alright, I'm done though. Like no more sharp edge, it's rounded and good to go. And it's gonna hide underneath this anyway. Like, I'll show you the seated glass. We'll see if the camera will pick it up.
Oh, they said, does the sticker on the back of that picture frame say Fenton? No, it says Orna Wood, O-R-N-A Wood, and it's made in the USA.
But this is cool. This is big. Man, that's one heck of a cookie jar.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. If you were to buy it in a high-end store, you'd probably pay anywhere from $40 to $50 for that seated glass. And so we'll sell it for about $22 to $24. Still a great deal, and it's just really just beautiful, beautiful glass. So.
These fun jars here with the clasp seal.
Yep, we've got a little area for them. I think we're about done buying those for a bit. You know, what we'd like to do is we pick up a few things and then we put a grouping together, and then once they sell, then we buy more. And I think we're about full on those. But I do like to group them together because sometimes somebody will buy the whole collection.
Well, they look great on your counter or up in like a windowsill. And I even saw the other day someone was putting succulents in these and even the lids popped.
Oh, cute.
And it was just kind of full. It was kind of cool. It should be like a fun game. Like how many times are we gonna slur our speech on a Saturday night?
I'm doing pretty good. You're really tired and not on your
I built a whole staircase today.
Yeah, so excuse that for that one. That would probably sell for about $3.95, and a lot of people will come buy them because they want to take a treat to somebody, so they'll come buy our jars and put treats in them.
All right, I'm gonna come up close and show you guys these. It's not often that we find books that are this old and in this good a shape at the thrift store, and the content is also amazing.
I actually found these books. Usually Zeb's the book guy. They were on the cart, so I never even make it over to the book section because my ADD kicks in. I hate digging through books. But this was on the cart.
Oops,
I
sorry.
loved is it leather bound on the outside? Like
It's not leather,
but
but
it's got a really fun texture. And then it's got
look at this.
handwriting and a date from
1923, someone hand wrote a little note in here and gave these poems to somebody. Look at the handwriting. It blows my mind. Like, I think everybody wrote like that because they worked on it for hours and hours in school.
Yeah, I'm not sure the value of the book, but normally my books sell for about $5, but I do look them up. Some of the older ones are worth a little bit more. Debbie wants to know the reaction to our waterfall dresser. I would say 75 to 85% positive. Our following is not a huge blended paint finish person, so people. Oh, Heidi says, super chat! I was in the shop today. I actually saw you, Heidi, on the camera. I promise I'm not a creeper. I just check every now and then what's going on.
We saw the door that
Lauren
you got.
needs a name tag, Zeb.
I know she does.
Lauren worked all day today. She sold. We actually had the best day, except for our grand opening today, that we've ever had in the shop.
Yeah.
So Lauren worked her little. She worked her little Jami Ray vintage apron off, and Heidi bought your clock. So you got
the clock that I need to fix. The white one that I did in the tour video yesterday.
Yeah. Lauren texted me. She's like, someone
It's
wants to
broken.
buy that clock.
Like I got it all together and the mechanism's broken after I got it together, and I had it working. It was working before I did that, but it's.
Thrifted a new mechanism. So
I
Heidi will get
thrifted
that
a
together.
$5 clock
So show them
mechanism.
this new poem book.
I am. It's another $2 one. Look at that. More awesome handwriting from someone.
And I think they might have been the same person that owned them. The handwriting looks really similar. What's the name of the domed glass that sits on a wood piece that you can put things under? Cloche. That's what you're thinking of. Alicia English is on here. Hey, Alicia.
How much are we going to sell these poetry books for?
I need to look up the value. Normally I just sell my old books for $5, but sometimes they're worth a little bit more. So I will definitely Google those and see.
All right, we've got all kinds of cloches. Some are from Sue, or not cloches, vases,
Some of them
jars.
came from Sue and some of them came from Diane.
And looks like they mostly got the price off. Usually they're about $1, $1.50, sometimes $2
Well, that's an
for bigger
apothecary
ones.
jar, but it's missing a top.
Yep, so I'm gonna do one of the wood turn tops. I've got about 6 jars I need to do that for again.
Well, these I actually bought. These
This one
big
will
ones.
be fun.
This one here we bought. It was $2.
Yeah.
And my friend Kelly just moved into a new house, and I wanted to give her a housewarming present, so I bought these two for $2 each. And Zeb's gonna turn some tops, and he'll probably put like a base and put the turn top on top of it because it's kind of big.
Yeah.
And I will give those to Kelly.
So we sell these. These size would probably be close to $20, maybe a little more,
probably,
because
yeah.
this one's gonna have a really big turned piece on it.
And I like those, but I love glass that has thick bottoms, bottom glass.
It's got the thick.
Like apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur, thick bottom glass. I'm pretty sure that's how that song goes. Right?
I have no idea. I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know that song?
No. All right.
Oh, Sally Von Slow, super chat. She's late. She's babysitting grandkids.
Well, thank you, Sally.
Super grandma.
And that's also fun to be babysitting grandkids. I feel like that's coming for us sooner than we want. Our oldest is graduating high school. We'll see how that goes. But little tinkle bell here, tinkling.
I love bells, and this is like a little crystal. You think it's crystal?
I don't think it's crystal. It doesn't quite have that
Glass.
ring. It's glass.
But it was $1.50. We'll probably sell for like $9.95. Bells never last long. Any kind of bell always sells. Because I don't even know where you buy bells at. Like, if you wanted a bell, it's not like you can just go to Walmart. I don't think they have a glass bell section.
No, that's older.
It's apple bottom jeans. It's a song. See, Sally says.
All right.
Fat bottom girls. Is it fat bottom? No, it's apple bottom. I don't know. Well, I like fat bottom glasses, whatever it is. So these are kind of funny. We had all of our kids except for Redrick and Harrington with us today when we were shopping. And Odelia, my 14-year-old daughter, says, "Oh, these are pretty." I'm like, "Oh, those are ashtrays." And she's like, "Why would you want a pretty ashtray? You're just gonna put your nasty old cigarette in it." And I was like, "Sweetie, like back in the day, everybody smoked, and if they didn't smoke, their friends did, and you had to have a pretty ashtray." And I just love these because my grandma always had pretty ashtrays at her house, and so they kind of reminded me of her.
We're thinking we might put a candle in the center of them.
I think they would be perfect to put like a big pillar candle, or somebody could just use them for their jewelry or whatever. Just the glass detail. I love the hobnail one.
Yeah, this one's...
That one's just really, really pretty. And then the other one's kind of a cut glass. They've got the scalloped edge.
They were 75 cents each.
Oh, not Fat Bottom Girls. That's a different decade. The song I was singing is a hip hop song. I don't know music. Can you tell?
All right. These are for planting, and we probably will put some fun flowers in them and put them out on the front porch.
Jerry Lopez says those books are worth between $55 and $70.
Nice.
We need to get an eBay account. All right, let's see. Chris Durocher says, how do you think dark and decrepit would do on kitchen cabinets? I would not just paint it over your existing finish if that's what you're thinking. It's not like gel stain, and even gel stain, unless you sand it a little, I don't feel like it holds up really well in kitchen cabinets.
Kitchen cabinets probably take the most abuse of anything in your house. They're going to get grease and food, and people are going to touch them with dirty hands, and you got to scrub them a lot. So
if you sanded them down to raw wood, you could, but I wouldn't just paint dark and decrepit on top of your cabinets. I don't think they would hold up well.
All right, so these were $3 each. Are we going to paint them, or are we going to leave them galvanized?
I'm not sure, but they've got holes in the bottom, so I plan on planting them.
Yep, we're going to put some fun flowers in them.
May. Well,
yeah.
Maybe the end of April. So like after Easter is when I start bringing summer stuff out. These have stars all over them. You know, in the US, stars and stripes are big in the summer. And I actually am planning on getting in touch with a wholesale nursery that's local. And I want to bring in a bunch of flowers outside to like draw people in. So I'm going to be getting a lot of things to plant in.
Well, we have that fun brick entry with a few steps. And we're thinking of just putting stuff all over. Right now, the bricks I painted are out there right now, but flowers, it's not quite time for flowers outside yet. It was 65 today, but it's still freezing most nights, and it's gonna snow tomorrow.
So those were $3 each, and I'll sell them for like $9.95 if they like plus whatever plant if I planted it, or I might just take like plants that are in the plastic containers and just put them in there, and they can either buy the plants or the container, either or.
Originally $9.99. This was a berries butter dish. I'm assuming
it's a soap dish.
It says berries butter dish. I'm assuming it had a top with berries on it. We paid $1 for it, and we're gonna use it as a soap dish because
I was like, it's officially a soap dish because it has no top.
Yeah, it didn't have the top with it. If it did, it was probably like, you know, away
Chris
from
says she's gonna test her bathroom and see. Chris, if you do use it in your bathroom, make sure you clean them really good and lightly sand. Then after the dark and decrepit, still add a couple coats of Big Top because the built-in sealer is not enough for the like abuse that a cabinet takes. Okay.
Sure. How much will we sell this $1 soap dish
I'm
for?
thinking that's worth like $3.95, $4.95 all day long.
All right.
All right, this came from Sue. Got a couple of geese. Is that what this is? Geese? It's not a duck. It's a goose.
I want to. It's like goose coloring, but I want to say it's like a duck.
Okay.
It looks like a duck to me. It could be a goose.
I apparently
but
did
I'm
not go
sure.
to the zoological academy because I'm not good with animals.
We could ask my mom. She just got.
Sally
ducks.
says it's a duck.
Yeah, I feel like it's a duck. So no price on this because it was dropped off here at the shop. But we'll paint this up, and we love to paint these ceramic and cast animals because they just look really fun. It gives them kind of a fun spring look.
Oh, super chat from Jerry Lopez and Catherine Miles gave us a super chat. It says new video equipment.
Ooh.
Are you hinting that we need new video equipment?
Hey,
They
you
said
know
it's
what?
a duck. If it looks like a duck and walks like a duck, oh my gosh, that's Tanya from Kurtz and Millie. Thanks for that one. Josie says she has a set of them, and yes, they're ducks.
So this is
We'll
also a duck, and this is, we'll probably go like, we usually do well with the apothecary or pink colors on these animals.
My favorite is either apothecary farm fresh, which is like the blue-green family, or like prairie gray, because all of those look good with white wax. Mm-hmm. And so I always, on my like pieces like this, I like to paint them a darker color where the white wax will really pop.
We have a little project planned, but I might paint the ducks so you can see if we get to it.
I don't think I have time for that.
We do have some stuff going on. We gotta get through all this stuff.
No, Catherine says we don't need new equipment. She just said we could save up for it.
Oh, thank you.
All right, show them this one and then I'll start working on it.
Okay, this one was $2. Fun little kind of spring, maybe Easter basket.
Like 1995 called and they want their basket back. So
They can't have it. We're gonna change it.
We're gonna change it up, give it a little farmhouse makeover, and all the crap in it is just the things I need to transform it. So I just was gathering supplies. Here, I need to show them this so I can start that.
Oh, the mirror. Get the mirror
So.
out. We got a brand new mirror for $8.
Regularly 20 bucks, and these, when we paint them, we sell them for about 22.
You can see the design on it there.
Jen says, so you white wax then clear wax? Nope. On things like the ducks, we only just white wax and wipe it back because the white wax has clear wax in it, meaning that it has a sealer, and things like a duck that's just decor, they aren't going to be like heavily scrubbed and stuff. They just need to be wipeable. So we just paint them, distress them, wax them, buff them, done. So we don't do white and clear on those, usually just white. All right, I'm going to get started painting
The
this.
mirror was $8. We'll probably paint it up and sell it for around $25. The color is not right. We'll wet distress that and bring that color back on
You guys are going to be shocked. Now, somebody mailed this to us, and it has been so long, I can't remember who it was. But if this was you that mailed me the black plastic Lazy Susan, I'm going to use it today.
Chime in and claim it.
First, I got to take these off, though.
Oh, are you going to?
I should have got it. Can you give me a flathead screwdriver?
Yes. All right, here, real
Or a
quick while I'm
pipette.
getting that, tell them about
Show
your
these.
jars. And, well, we got these jars. I already covered these. This one's hobnail, and this one's kind of the
Blue.
antique blue.
And when these were given to us, they'll sell for probably like $6.95, $4.95. This is another one Zeb's going to put a lid on. It has a $1.50 tag. This one I think came from Sue too. And it's got a really pretty like light green color. So I thought that'd be fun with the topper. And with the topper, this will be at least $14 on that. And then this came from Val. She dropped this mirror by. I actually am going to take all this stuff off the back, and I like to take the mirrors and set them flat and then use them on top of dressers to stage, because the reflective quality kind of adds a little bit of light because it bounces light off the ceiling. Plus, if a dresser is fresh and I don't want to put something that will scratch it, usually I'll just put like pads on the back of this,
Some little felt.
put it on top of the dresser, and then I can stage it without worrying about having to scratch it.
And these mirrors here we usually sell for like
$10.
$6, $7. Oh, 10.
10, that one's big.
Well, this one's bigger.
Yeah, and it's beveled. Usually nobody buys them, I'm not gonna lie, but they look really good for staging, so I'm happy that nobody buys them. This also came from Sue. It said it was $1, but this kind of detail on here with a scalloped edge, can you guys see the detail on that? Is really pretty painted. Maybe, will you do me a favor? Will you take and get those off, and I'll give
Yeah.
this a quick paint job.
All right. There's still a couple other things, but I'm gonna get Jami painting.
All right, let's see if I can use this. I'm not very hard. This one I'm just gonna do it like this. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. And you can use DIY paint straight on glass. We get asked that all the time. I'm gonna take the price tag off later and paint the bottom, but not right now.
Oh man, this one's being stubborn.
I have sandpaper so I can smooth it out.
All right, because it does have a little bit of glue
That's
residue.
originally why the sandpaper. And you know what I do sometimes on glasses like this? I'm painting this in skeleton key, and I'll have Zeb show it to you up close so you can see the color. But I will totally put white wax on this, and it'll sit down in the cracks of this and look really, really good.
Okay, this was the big ticket item today. We got a mannequin, and it is fabric. Well, we have one that's like this, that's, I don't even know, it's like plaster.
It's like actually old.
Yeah.
This one is not actually old.
So this one here has a fun little stand, and it adjusts and goes up and down. We are thinking we might do some fun decoupage on there, because we don't necessarily, this is kind of generic, and we're gonna try to.
That's like a la
pump it up.
Hobby Lobby. So
Yeah.
we're gonna try to give it a fun look. We thought about decoupaging it, maybe doing some stamping or something. I thought either old book pages or just like brown craft paper would be really good, because then you could stamp it and give it kind of a unique look after you decoupage it.
And that'll be fun.
All right, this one's going over here to dry. And then I need to get started on my bunny.
Okay, I'm gonna spin the camera right here for a second.
Zeb, you know what I forgot?
What'd you forget?
I need a stencil brush and a mat.
Oh.
Not just yet, but. Oh, that's like super chunky.
Yeah, that glue's on there. It's been there a long time.
Well, this one came off easy, so maybe I'll just paint these three sides and leave that one for later. Because if I had my orbital sander, that would come off in like 3 seconds.
All right, so these are like big pillars, their decor, but I was thinking that this would be fun to do the same.
Sorry.
This would be fun to hang like a banner from. You put this on like a mantle or something, and you could hang like a, we'll repaint them, they won't stay this color.
Oh yeah, like a seasonal banner?
Yeah, like a seasonal banner, like Christmas or 4th of July or Easter banner, whatever banner you got going. I think that would be fun because they don't really have a lot of purpose the way they are. They're not.
I think they might have had a mirror originally on it.
No, they're not sturdy enough to have a mirror. This one's got a pretty good little wobble to it, so I'm going to have to sand the bottom down so that it's nice and flush. But I think the banner holder idea, we might even put like a little burlap banner that we stamp on here, or a book page banner like we like to do, and just get that going and sell it like
Just
that.
using white swan. I want to show you the before and just with a coat of white swan. Now, the inside is like a creamy color. If I can be neat, I might not repaint that.
You might leave that alone.
Yeah, because it's like a buttercream, so it doesn't look bad contrasting.
All right, so all of this stuff right here, this is from Val or from Sue?
Val and Sue? I don't know.
Oh, we got a mix.
And I thrifted this.
Thank you, Val
How
and
much did
Sue.
they charge us for this? They have a price.
I don't know, 50 cents, I
We'll go
hope.
50 cents. This is sell for like $3.95.
So little candle holder here, probably had a hook at one
There's
point.
like paint on there.
That's all right, we might paint this one. These little wooden bowls are great for jewelry on the tops of dressers or by the sink in your
Sometimes
bathroom.
you leave them as is, but a lot of times we'll like paint them and
Yeah, I like to paint these.
make them cute.
This will go up in our collection of tarnished silver. I'm not sure, it doesn't have a stamp on it
Yeah,
that I
it's
can
probably
see.
like $7.95.
Oh, here we go. 2806.
I think that's the kind of silver it is.
Trademark WB.
Warner Brothers?
No, it's got a little dog.
I was just kidding. Well, that's RCA that has a dog.
And then this will also go up in our chicken feeder divider that's on the top of that old Hoosier.
If you guys want to see what our shop looks like, if you're new to our channel, you might not have watched it, but on Friday, was it? We did a video and we showed you guys our shop, and I got a bunch of European antiques from our importer, put them in the shop, and I think that's part of why we had the busiest day ever, because I really advertised that, and I put pictures all over social media, and people were coming in to look at all the new things.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a good day, and we had fun staging it and putting that video together.
I had fun buying it, because who doesn't love shopping?
So these here, this one was $2. This one was probably similarly priced. We usually sell them for about $8 or $9. Clean them up real good. We don't get rid of the tarnish. We leave them like that if they've got age on them, because that's what we like.
Yeah, people ask me, they come in, they're like, can we polish these? I'm like, sure. Knock yourself out. I know, I'm super nice like that. Let's see. Jean Marie says, Zeb and Jamie have been super busy. What's the gray? On the glass, I use skeleton key.
Yeah, this is skeleton key in DIY paint, and we'll white wax it when we're done. It's gonna get a lighter shade than that when it dries, but once we wax it and the white wax, it'll come back. This was $1, fun little frame. We will probably not leave the flowers. I don't know. We might, but we're definitely gonna probably paint the frame, and then definitely. I just said definitely, probably.
Oh my goodness, do you need me to?
No, I'm good. So we'll probably paint the frame and then white wax, or we'll wet distress this back. One of the two.
Yeah, I love the floral that's in it. It's really pretty. I actually kind of like it as is. You never know, I might just leave it. All right, so if you do email the shop and you email on a weekend, because somebody was saying that they emailed the shop, chances are you will not hear back until Monday, because Saturdays are family days for us and thrifting. And so I try to respond to emails, but it doesn't always happen. So usually Monday through Friday.
This was $1.50. It needs a good scrub. It's the right shade of green, and it's got kind of this like angled lid. So I'm thinking I might turn something just short, not
Short?
something super.
What'd you say?
I said short.
Oh, I thought you added a K.
Not super tall, because if it's hanging up, I'm worried it'll tip off over that. So
Oh, I was supposed to be using the Lazy Susan.
Look at you, just can't get with it.
No,
on
I'm using the Lazy Susan right now. Right now.
And then we have a mirror, and I'm gonna start working on this mirror. This was from Val, and
kind of a like simple little mirror, but flat surface. So we thought it'd be fun to do a bunch of molds, on it to kind of zhuzh it up. The mirror itself is kind of old. It actually has some black spots on the back of it. So I think if we can make this frame look as old as the actual mirror, that'll do good. Zeb's gonna pop that camera down so you guys can see what we're working on. And I'm gonna let this dry and I'll come back to it here in a little bit. I'm not gonna paint the one side that needs to be sanded, so that'll stay. You'll notice, see, the inside is like a buttercream, so I'm gonna leave the inside the way that it is, and I'll leave the outside white, because painting the inside of stuff is a real big pain in the bum.
But are you gonna paint that pink handle?
No, I actually think the handle's cute.
You're gonna leave the handle.
I'm gonna leave the handle.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave the creamy yellow inside. I'm going to cover the bunny, but I gotta sand that part off. So I'm just gonna stencil this side in a little bit.
All right. Now to pick, oh, the camera's all crazy.
I know, what are you doing with that camera? All right, I'm gonna go back to questions. Sorry, you guys. I just had to get that painted. Okay.
All right, so I've got a bunch of Iod molds here. And we're going to make some molds and see if we can embellish this quickly in, how long do we have? About 30 minutes left.
We got plenty of time. So somebody asked a question. They said, what about putting Iod molds on the mannequin? I love that idea. I've seen it done a ton, which is probably why we will not be doing it, because there's tons of people that have done them out there, and so you can find those. I always like to try to do things that are a little bit different. So we have thought about it, but I think we're gonna do a decoupage and some sort of transfers or stencils or stamps or something like that.
Now the hard part, I'm trying to decide what molds to do here. You know, I should have picked them out beforehand, and now
I'll pick out the mold. You need to go get the, oh, it's right here.
I have the stuff.
A little brush.
I got the stuff.
All right, let's.
So I'm thinking.
Let's get started with.
Are we gonna do a trimmings? I think that's the trimmings 2 stamp or mold.
Would it be weird to just do like one like thick piece here and then something on the edge?
Like maybe like a little.
Like, cause we could do, so this part here is about the, you could put that in the middle there.
Yeah.
And then something on each side. So if you need 4 of those.
All right, so we have.
With trimmings.
We have some various open paper
Deb,
clay.
you need to just like poke. They don't need to see us. They want to see what you're doing.
I will. I will in a minute.
My vase.
So what I like to do is I take like a wipe or a moist paper towel and I drop it in here with the clay when we're done, because inevitably these things aren't super airtight, these Ziploc bags, IKEA bags, and your paper clay will dry out. So if you do that, it stays nice and moist, and you can still work with it. It'll help your paper clay keep for longer.
I'm trying to think. So this almost has some daisies in it. So maybe
I'm gonna get a weird mirror reflection going on.
Maybe we'll do the daisy one, the she loves me, or he loves me, and then that way it'll coordinate with that. You think?
Oh, the camera angle
We
got
haven't
even
used this.
crazier.
We haven't used the he loves me mold yet, and since it's springtime, I think that's a good one.
Okay, so I'm gonna start making some mold stuff. Were you going to, while you're waiting on me, were you going to put a transfer on that?
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna open this for you, and then
Okay.
I'll get working on that other project.
All right.
And then I've got those other 2 projects drying. So
All right,
we're, like,
it's a hands kind of
multitasking.
video, crazy angle.
Madison says, love you, Jamie. I can't wait to visit your shop for the new dopables. Madison,
Ooh.
Kate, are you from around here or are you traveling? Those would make, oh, good. Oops. Oh, good. I didn't poke. I thought I cut.
What are you doing? You just.
I couldn't get it off. You just do it. Oh, well. I was using scissors.
I used to just rip them open too, and I've since learned the ways of the IOD package.
Welcome to Play says, did we sell small items when we had no store? We did not, unless we were doing a market. I don't know which one of those I want to use yet.
Okay.
So that's okay, you can put it over there.
I'm gonna show them up close.
I am going to get something to clean this with. I'll be right back. There's some stuff. All right, Zeb, you're gonna have to monitor comments.
I will try to look at comments and
Was
do
the
the
frame
molding.
metal? The frame
It's
is
wood. It's wood.
I'm not that skinny.
Oh.
You're gonna have to. I'm gonna try not to hit my hip.
Don't hit your hip. Don't hit your hip.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm just working the clay in here. I got a piece that I thought would be about the right size. If I need to add more, that's gonna be okay. It forms together with itself pretty well. If you gotta add some. All right. Okay, so I've got little extra pieces here because I did get a little too much. I'm gonna use the micro rim to kind of get it flush and flat.
So he is using using the Iod Molds and the Iod air dry clay, and you can pick those up at JamiRateVintage.com. In fact, right now, Ivy is in, we have our shipping warehouse here at the shop, and she is shipping. So if you get a shipping notification, it's because she's
going right now.
Shipping on a Saturday. Her husband is a tax man, and so he has to work a ton. He's a CPA, so this time of year, Ivy is shipping anytime she can get in here and get that done. And we even actually hired her sister Brinley, so we have Ivy and Brinley both getting things out.
All right,
Okay,
one down. Oh, you know what? I forgot to cornstarch this. Hopefully this comes out good.
Well, it should. It's not a super deep mold. The reason why you cornstarch it is because if it's deep, they're hard to pull out, and the more you pull on it instead of just getting it out, the more detail you lose. Okay, I'm just
so this would be fun to do a whole run of these, I think, along the side of something. All right, we're gonna.
Okay, switching gears here. I've got an Iod Transfer. We also carry these, and I've got my. They can see what I'm doing. They don't need my face. They want to see what you're doing.
Well, I already. They saw that.
All right, and I'm gonna use classic pots. I've already used a little bit of this transfer. I know I brought scissors. Where did I put them?
They're right here hiding behind.
Oh, okay. And I'm just going to use. Which one do you think, Zev? I'm thinking because this is kitchen-y that I'm going to use the rooster.
I do like the rooster a lot.
Okay, so these actually come with, how many? These come with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Do you want me to do 4 of these?
18 different transfers that you can put on pieces like this. What were you asking?
Do you want me to do 4
of those? Yeah.
So I'm cornstarching this. That's going to help the air dry clay release out of the mold. And then I always tap the excess out.
Okay, you always want, the backing is not attached, so when you're using your transfers, make sure you don't lose that backing. I'm going to roll up the rest of these. You can tell I've used it a lot because I think there's only like 5 or 6 left. Store that in there.
Here, I'm going to bring you as close as we can from the table.
I don't have my little...
Do you need me to go grab
It comes with a hard plastic tool that helps put it on.
the applicator?
The applicator, is that the word?
That's what I'm going to call it.
Alright, I'm going to set this down. This is going to be a little bit difficult because it's rolly.
I'm going to get one for myself.
Oh, okay. Are you going to use it on that?
Yep.
The nice thing is it has a grid on it. You guys see the grid? So you can see where you're going. Alright.
Oh, I haven't even been looking at comments. Caitlin's been answering everybody. Are those new Iod molds? I love sunflowers and daisies. They are part of the new run.
They're part of the new run, but they're not like brand new.
They've been out since last fall, I think.
Yeah.
Is that when they came out? Late fall?
Yep.
Les, Jamie, did you see my comment?
I did. She said something about her Oh, I did, but Zeb was talking, and I've been getting comments about not interrupting you. So I've been trying really hard not
really?
to. Yeah.
I wouldn't worry about it.
What Les said is she was out thrifting and she found a leather hat box, and her husband took it from her because he didn't want her to paint it.
Oh.
Yeah.
He liked the leather.
Yeah. So unless she said something else, that's the comment I saw. And I was gonna mention that, but.
Les, you can't paint leather, surely. You can paint leather. We
Oh,
paint leather all the time.
A couple weeks ago, we got those nesting tables. And at the top on it is leather, which is really common in those ones, and we totally painted those. So you can totally paint leather. We use DIY paint, or if I use milk paint, then I put the extra bond in it.
Angelina, we paint with nice clothing on, and then we go home and we have to like wash them because we do get paint on ourselves.
Well, and this is DIY paint, so unless you have a white shirt and black paint, you can just wash it. It comes off. I have very few things that the paint doesn't come off on. Now sometimes I forget.
Like the reds or the...
Or sometimes I forget that it's on there, or I didn't see it, and then I don't wash it off, and then it doesn't come off. But for the most part...
Once you heat set it, though, it won't come out, really.
Well, yeah, once I throw it in the dryer. And I'm much neater than I used to be at painting. It happens when you paint as much as we do. Sorry, I'm not focusing. I'd have this on here already if I wasn't talking. All I'm doing is just rubbing.
Janet from Another Planet, I painted my PJs. I paint a lot in my PJs in the winter because in the summer, I'm already in shorts and a t-shirt, so it's like, meh.
Oops. Good thing I can sit this back down. So when I used to work at home and sold my furniture at home, all of my pajamas were paint pajamas. And I hated it because sometimes I wanted to go to bed not in paint and I didn't have anything that didn't have paint on it. So then I would buy stuff and say, okay, I'm not gonna paint in this. And that lasted for like 2 weeks, maybe. And then I'd be like, oh, I'm just gonna touch up this little spot. And then 2 seconds later, there's paint on me. So, you know, it happens. But it's part of the job, I guess, you know, learning how to paint when you're not in your pajamas. Because sometimes we have to paint live if we were doing a class.
So this one's shallow and it comes out really easy. I didn't have to press it down on the mat and roll it.
All right, I'm almost done.
Okay, I've got 2 of these. I'm
This wasn't
slacking.
rolling
Okay,
everywhere.
I gotta hurry up.
Yeah, I'm almost done with this project.
Penny says that she's ruined all her shirts with paint. I pretty much have paint on all my clothes somewhere, because inevitably what'll happen is I'll be in nice clothes or what I think are nice clothes, and then I'll paint something, or I'll have to move some furniture at the shop, or, you know, you don't want to, you get tired of changing like 83 times a day.
I have church dresses with paint on them. I don't paint on Sunday, but occasionally I wear a dress when it's not Sunday, and I'll get paint on it. All right, here's that transfer, and I feel like it totally transforms this boring ceramic container. And like I said, I probably sell this for like $12 to $14.95. It does have, because I think it was bought secondhand originally, and it's got some marker on the bottom, so I'm gonna see if I can get that off.
Kai Handren. So Zeb, what did you do new at the farmhouse this week? Well, we got the pad poured for the mudroom, and for the stairs and the stairwell to the basement was a big one because I need to put electrical in there, which is going to be happening. We might do a quick video on that and show you guys where we're going to be doing the lighting and things. I don't know that we'll get the lighting in, but I built some stairs on the pad to the basement today. So now we have stairs going down into the basement again instead of having to climb down a ladder if I need to get down to the water or electrical. And Harrington, our oldest, is going, that's where his room's gonna be, so he's been doing the excavating on that, because there's a lot of plaster that we pulled down off the walls and out of the ceiling, because we're doing something different. And so he's gotta haul that out with 5-gallon buckets, and I'll probably help him some, but he'll do most of it.
I'm just burnishing it to make sure it's down all the way. I don't normally seal over the top on things like this, but I have a feeling that this might actually get used a ton in a kitchen because it's got a lid on it. So I'm gonna put some
I'm gonna do some sealer down there on the side.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. All right, so I'm using liquid patina.
Oh yeah, this is cornstarch.
I'm just gonna seal over that transfer.
Cornstarch to help with the mold release.
And I'm actually just gonna, see where it has the ridge? I'm gonna stop sealing at the ridge. So hopefully you don't see like a line where the sealer stopped. I'm just gonna go ahead and go all the way around so the sheen is similar.
Pamela Robinson, what color do we plan on painting the farmhouse floors?
White.
They're going white, but we have farmhouse finishes. That's what we have, right?
We're gonna let that dry. I'll show you what it looks like dry.
That we're going to be painting in. It's the milk paint that has the bond already added in it. And we're going to be using that on the floors in the farmhouse. Like all the floors, everywhere. Everywhere is going wood. We won't have any carpet in the whole house. And we'll do rugs where we want things to be soft and warm.
So I just saw a comment, I can't see the name up there, but they said, how often do we use kills on wood furniture? Never, we don't prime anything. We haven't for a really long time. We might use kills on our floor, like the stain blocking, like the oil-based stain blocking, we'll spray it on just to block stains.
Yeah, just in case. Well, I'm gonna sand the floors pretty good. They're so rough that I don't think we'll be able to actually re-stain them, which is why we're planning on just painting everything.
We're not staining them.
Because there's several spots, especially on the main floor. The new flooring I put in will be okay, but the old part of the house, the original wood flooring, has had so many nails and carpet put over the top and linoleum on it.
And we had to repair it. Don't forget the fact that some of the flooring was missing, and we patched it in with the bathroom floor that we took out.
Yeah, so.
And then we had to patch in the bathroom floor because the bathroom had like
So
gross.
I have to do a ton of Bondo work. I'm going to use Bondo on it to kind of fill in some of the cracks and creases that are bigger than we want. Like we don't want water leaking down in the basement if something spills upstairs kind of thing. So it'll get sealed up and we're going to use Bondo and paint it and it'll be great.
All right, I'm taking back comments.
Okay.
I love that stencil. Oh, I don't know what stencil it is. You can use Bondo. Oh, you can use Bondo. Then you use it on cars.
Yeah, well, I use the all-purpose putty from Bondo, and it works on like wood, metal, ceramic, glass. I mean, I don't use it often with glass because usually
like
glass is
I feel
clear.
like Bondo
but
is like the duct tape of the furniture world. Like it fixes everything. You can even carve it. I've seen people like redo carvings with Bondo.
Yeah.
All right, got one leaf.
It's good stuff, and it's usually sandable in about 15 minutes if you get the right ratio of the hardener on there.
See, will you seal the transfer? I did. I just saw a question that came up there. Are there any really big dream projects you guys have on mind? Well, working on the farmhouse is a big dream.
The farmhouse is one, but it's taking so long. We've got new dreams.
We've moved on. We would love to get like an old cabin somewhere not too far from home so we can actually have time to go there, because if it's too far from home, we'll never go. And we thought that would be a fun project.
We'll see what the budget looks like after this
I mean,
house.
that'll be a few years from now. And I would really love a pool in the backyard. I'm a homebody at heart, so if I have all the things I need, I don't ever want to leave. So if I have like a cabin that's my home away from home, and then a pool at the house here, I may just have to go visit Debbie like once a year and then go see my family in Arizona and be done.
No more
All right.
traveling for Jamie. She's
I'm good.
just staying in the house.
I'm to that point, like I am approaching 40 years old. I was talking to Zeb about this today. I'm like, I am done doing things that I don't want to do. So I told him, I'm like, I don't play in snow because I don't like to be cold. I'm not camping because I don't like to camp. I'm not having animals that I don't want to grow. And I'm not traveling if I don't want to travel.
So that was a good question about using the molds. The molds, I believe you can use them in the oven up to 300 degrees, and
They're food safe.
They're food safe if you haven't used other products in them.
Yep. So I wouldn't like use and you can also use them for pie crust, cookies, Zeb, but you're gonna probably need to reload that. All right, we're gonna start gluing these on, which is why I flipped this over. I guess I'll lay out my design.
Oops, we got a lot of glue.
I don't know that I needed this part, so that's going away. Just kind of, I don't know, because I want to
You guys see the glue? We're using the Gorilla Glue all-purpose max strength construction adhesive clear.
You can also use quick and thick. We just use this for also like repairing furniture and stuff. So I like it because it's cheap.
So that's got, did you already glue that one?
No, I'm just laying out my design.
Okay.
So you can actually put that out in the middle if you would, because you're better at it than I am. Can I use this for that?
I wouldn't.
We got more than one.
Okay.
Just gonna, I don't want to get glue all
It'll
over
be
my
the glue
fingers.
spreading stick from here on out.
The problem is we got church tomorrow. I don't really want glue stuck all over my hands at church.
It would be okay.
It's pretty normal. I mean, I always try to have clean hands at church, but it doesn't always happen. Okay. So I need to know when that's center.
Oh, you were already committed.
No.
It needs to go back towards you, like,
I'm gonna line it up
move
with
your hand
this.
so I can see.
I'm lining up this.
So it needs to come back to about right here. There you go.
Where's the measuring tape? Want to measure that?
No.
Are you sure?
Yep.
How about now?
No.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna get to comments in a minute, but I gotta focus or else I won't be able to do it. All right, I need you to put glue on these ones and on these.
And you're just lining it up along the edge?
Yeah, I'm gonna go get a measuring tape. You make me nervous.
Nah.
Yeah.
It's organic.
Organic.
It's organic.
It's organic until nobody buys it because it gives them an eye
Molds.
twitch.
It only happens to like 30% of the
28.
people with the eye twitches.
Okay, so it's off. Oh, hold on.
I would just
It's
measure from
28
this
and
edge
a
to
half.
this edge.
So 14 and a quarter.
Just measure from edge
14
to
and
edge.
a quarter. What?
Just measure from here to here and see where you're
Yeah,
at.
it's 28 and a half. So 14 and a quarter, which makes that centered.
Oh, look at that. It's centered.
Scooch. Please. No. Are you
I had to give
a
him.
smirk?
I had to give him the victory smile.
I need to get back to my section.
But no one was enjoying it.
Well,
with
then
me.
just let them know, say there was a victory smile. Be careful. Zeb's kind of mushing these. You should not be mushing them that hard because you're going to lose the detail.
I'm not mushing them. I'm very gently pushing them on.
All right. Let me check this one. Maybe you were off on this one. 28.5, so 14.25. Is that the center right there? Yeah.
No, measure from here to here.
Oh,
from
that
here
way.
To here.
Okay. I was like, what do you mean? Yeah, you're fine. Okay. I need glue on these though. All right, I'm gonna
I'll
make.
get you some glue on those.
They saw your face. That's what Anna says. Thanks, Jamie. I'm going to make apple pie. Yeah, so there, I can't remember which retailer it was, but last fall, she made the most gorgeous pie using these molds. I was like, everybody at her Thanksgiving was probably like, hey. And actually, Williams and Sonoma came out with like something like trying to copy that look. We're like, oh, well, we know where that came from. All right. All right, I need to focus on that.
I'm not mushing them, just very delicately patting.
At least you're mushing them in the center, Zeb.
Look, that one's centered too.
Terry says, I'm 61 and I say to no that anything that isn't family and friends. I have learned that when you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. So I try really hard, and I feel bad because there's a lot of things I'd love to do, but at the end of the day, I gotta take care of my family.
All right, let's keep building here.
All right, so I need you to put glue on those.
Okay.
And I will put them on. And then once you see how this is set up, I'll have you finish it on the other sides and I'll start painting that side.
Did you only make one set of these?
Yeah, I'm gonna do the first one and then I'm gonna let you finish the other ones. So you can
I
match.
think we're out of glue, so this is gonna be another minute.
That's okay. I can get started. I'm making some more flowers.
Luckily, I have more glue.
Lucky for me. What's that movie? My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Lucky for you. This is your lucky day to join the Greek Orthodox Church. That's from My Big Fat Greek Wedding. I love that movie. Zeb, would Bondo accept stain? Nope, but you can paint
It's not stainable. We paint it like crazy.
Catherine says we should overload it with molds. Probably not, only because that would take forever. But it would be beautiful.
I'm trying to make
Alex
scissors
says
do.
it's Alex Permijo, and I don't know if he's a man or not because Alex could be a woman or a man, but I'm guessing man. He says it's against the man code to measure.
It is.
And Cobweb says I'm just like Jamie with the measuring tape. It happens. And Anna says we were just talking about paint on us at church. That's normal, right? Totally normal. All right. They said make a dress for the mannequin out of chicken wire for a jewelry or another display. Oh, that would be really pretty. And Alex is a guy. So
All right.
it's against the man code to measure. The thing is, how many times have you not measured and then we've had to fix it?
Not very often. I have a very even eye.
Sally says now she wants cookies. Yeah, you can totally use these to make cookies.
Okay, we're back. Oh, this glue's fresh. It's moving easy. That other glue was.
That other glue was old.
It was from September.
Judy wants the link for the molds. Caitlin, if you're on, would you leave a link to the molds and the paper clay for Miss Judy? And then if you're watching the replay, we're going to drop a link to our website in the comments so that way you can find what you need. Anna says she wants music on the mannequin. I have to say that it's probably going to be some sort of paper decoupage because that's what I really want to do. Unless I come up with something else.
But
Judy
music
said
sheets
thank you.
could be cool.
Oh, Caitlin's on it. She's already dropping links. Okay.
All right. Whoop.
Well, music could be decoupaged. I'm not saying no to the music. That's
Yeah, my mom found a bunch of. She was thrifting in Alabama and she found a bunch of old music books and she picked up the books so she could do like paper crafts with the sheets.
whatever we do. If we decoupage it, maybe we should make that the printable for our channel members.
Oh yeah.
That'd be fun. So if you guys don't know, we have channel membership. So if you see anybody with
That's
a
coming up
bird
Tuesday.
by their name, that means they're a channel member. And every month you get a couple of printables that Zeb designs, and you can print them out and use them for projects. All right, can you guys, Zeb, would you take them in so they can kind of see?
Yeah, we're gonna go flying.
On here, and on these you especially want to go around the edge because I'm kind of mounding them on top. And Zeb has kind of this edge was not as
I had a little extra
as
material
tidy
there.
as one might have hoped. Once you paint it, you can't tell anyways, but I'm gonna clean that up with my trusty fingernail here. I was worried about paint and now I'm gonna have clay underneath my fingernails. But anyways, I layered this on top so that way you can't tell that it was just like a square edge.
Here, do this one while I'm close.
Okay. I'm gonna layer this one on here. And then next goes the feather. I've got to remember how I layered the other one.
Oh, that's a feather? I thought that was a leaf.
Oh, sorry, next goes the leaf, not the feather. And then just kind of mush that on there. Just very softly mush because it is still very, very soft. Okay. Okay, we're gonna let that set up for a little bit and then I will paint it. Okay, we are 9:27. We might be a little late because I have a couple more projects to work on.
What projects? Oh,
I gotta finish my bucket and
you better get going.
my jar. It's almost dry. All right, I'm gonna give this to you while you work on that.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and get some paint on this so they can see it painted. You wanna go ahead and go white or should we go, I'm gonna go skeleton key because this will be really gorgeous with white wax.
All right, so use these two and the little, I guess it's a flower, it's a flower.
All right, so when I paint this,
It's
I'm
not
not
or
gonna
a
like,
leaf, I mean.
I'm not gonna push super hard with my brush because this mold is still wet. And I kinda like to glop the paint on there and then pull it back. And I can always come back if I don't get it everywhere I want it once it's dry and touch that up too.
If you guys hear the tape gun going, it's Ivy.
Yeah, if you hear the tape gun, she's back there shipping out all your paint. We got a bunch of first generation IOD. We haven't even actually talked about it on the live, but IOD was able to procure some of their first generation from when they were with Prima. And so our website has been crazy busy. So if you have not checked out our website for the first generation IOD products, make sure you're hitting that up because there is some stuff
They're going
left.
quick.
Yeah, we ordered a few of them because they had more of some than others. So don't worry, I'm going to pull this paint back. I'm just trying to get it in all the highs and lows here.
And some of that yellow coming through might be cool too.
Yeah, that orange.
Is it orange?
Yeah, it's orange.
It's like a sunflower yellow.
I can't see that edge, so I don't want to. I'm going to
clay.
paint the inside edge, but
Can
not
you
while we're
pass me
live.
the
What do you
paper
need?
clay, please?
There's paper clay in my hair.
Oh.
Okay. If this was all the way dry and it wasn't fresh, I could really go to town because the clay dries really hard, but it's wet, so I gotta be gentle. You gotta be gentle when you paint wet clay. Oh, somebody said to do old maps. Don't say that to the.
I love old maps.
Zeb's-
I saw one today. It was $15 and it was all cut out separate pieces of
Why didn't you buy
canvas. Because it was
$15.
because it was a map. We don't sell
I
maps.
told you could buy whatever you wanted. That's how we got the mannequin. I was like, I don't really want the mannequin.
She was mannequined out, and I'm like, oh, we could do a fun project with that.
And then he's like, I won't buy it. I'm like, dude, if you want to buy the mannequin, you buy the mannequin. Because sometimes I second guess you and people come in specifically for what you make. So obviously, you know what you're doing.
Some days I'm better off just building stairs.
You're always good. My husband calls it baby poop yellow. This is not mustard. It's like actually kind of a bright orange.
I like that you went straight to mustard.
Mustard can look like baby poop. This is bright orange.
I would say Dijon.
And it has brown peeking through it, so that's probably why it looks mustardy. But it's less baby poop and more like tangerine. I would say tangerine's an accurate description of that color. All right, now that I've got all the paint gloppied on there, and this is clay-based paint, so it actually works really good to backfill if you have any areas where it's kind of peeling up. And it will crack, you guys. So if you don't want it to crack, use resin in your mold. So I'm just going like this.
And also, I think if you let it dry before you paint it, that helps too.
Yep. We don't let anything dry around here. I'm just pulling back some of the paint.
We paint it just like this when even when we have lots of time, and
We're always in a hurry.
and it's not a live video.
Yeah. All right. I think that's good. I'm gonna leave that I'll just finish painting this so it has one brush stroke and doesn't have a stop and a start. All right, if we have time, we will hit that with a heat gun. All right. Says the mirror would be pretty in blue or the skeleton key with the yellow coming through. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna wet distress it and bring that through. Okay. Oh, I didn't bring the white wax. Okay, next one, we're gonna move back to our bunny tote. The paint is dry. And I'm going to put that side down because I did not paint that side.
And these have.
Everybody says it looks yellow. I think it's the camera. Like it really is orange.
It looks yellow to me.
I'm gonna take a picture of it in the regular light, and then we're gonna have a discussion. All right, so I'm gonna use the top of this. Oh, did you give me a stencil brush? You did. So I'm gonna use the top of this area here and put my stencil along it, so that way I know that my lines are straight. Now, if the tote is crooked, then I'm out of luck, but hopefully it's straight. This is our grain sack stencil, and it's got 3 stripes, so instead of having to take them off, I can stencil it in about a minute. So let me, got too many things going here, big pots. This is like when I'm trying to cook like a fancy dinner, and I got 400 pots going and dessert.
Is that glue? Did we get glue on this somehow?
I'm offloading my brush. I'm using the number 20 JRB stencil brush. It's got a great grip. With stenciling, you want to make sure that your brush is dry and not juicy. Only if you're doing fabric do you want it juicy. You want it dry if you're stenciling wood, because then you won't get so much bleed through. So I learned that from Les. Offload. Now Zeb's the better stenciler. Now this one, because it's got these long stripes in the middle, you do need to hold it as you go, because you don't want those stripes shifting on you. Then you get waves instead of stripes.
Which would also be okay.
Yes, this is a JRB stencil, so you can pick this up at JamiRayVintage.com, but we also have retailers in the US, Canada, Australia, Germany. So if you go to JRB Wholesale, we have a retailer map and you can find a retailer.
You can also find the retailer map at the stencil menu.
I don't think it's still there.
Main website. It was there the other day.
Oh, okay. Boom. 3 stripes done in about, I don't know, less than a minute. Okay, we're gonna let that dry. The next thing I'm gonna do on here to give us a good farmhouse look is I'm gonna stamp it with our crockery stamps. These are from Iod. I use them a ton. Now the question is, I'm missing the one with a cow because Zeb used it and it didn't get put back. I think I'm gonna use Josephine's Famous Marmalade.
I used it on the clock.
You did? You used it on the clock you just did?
Yep, it's right in the center where the hands are.
I guess I didn't watch that whole video yet. Don't tell people I didn't watch our whole video.
I won't.
So you could roll paint on this with a brayer, but I'm using ink because ink gives you more details, and these have a lot of words on them. So I like to be able to see the detail.
This was a lot of molds that you put into your design here.
Are you proud of me?
Well, I usually don't make this many. Usually
All right,
we're
I'm
like 2
committed.
or 3 and we're out.
And now I'm stamping. When you stamp, make sure you commit and then go with it, because if you shift it, it looks blurry. And people tell me, like, what's the trick? Practice. Practice, 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 practice. Also, once it's dry, just stress it a little bit and nobody will be able to tell. And hopefully I've pushed this down enough. Zeb is so much better at stamping than I am.
No, you're doing great.
Well, you don't even know what it looks like yet. You have faith in me?
Yep.
All right. All right, let me show. I'm so cute. All right, that is the after with the grain sack stripe and the crockery. So it almost looks like a little grain sack. So this is what this looked like before, after. And I'll probably do the same style on the back, or I might just paint it white and then just leave that kind of up front. Paid $2 for it, and I will sell this for about $10 or $12. So, ta-da! Do you have to put the ink on the pad, or can you just roll it? Yes, I have rolled the ink on a brayer on one of these mats before Iod came out with their ink pads. So if you don't want to buy an ink pad, or we're sold out, because sometimes Iod sells out because they're awesome, you can definitely roll the ink with a brayer. The ink pad makes it easy though, so I like that. Okay, so that project is pretty much done. I will, once it's all the way dry and I paint this other side, I'll distress it a little bit and then clear wax it, good to go. Like I said, I'm not painting the inside because I like the buttery color, and I like that it has like a little light pink handle that I'm leaving too. Okay, next project, I'm gonna get the white wax out and white wax this, but this needs to be dried. So you're gonna, can you talk to him while I dry this?
Oh, are you gonna dry it how? With the heat
gun?
gun?
Yeah,
I had it set up over there.
Yeah, it's almost dry, it's just got a few spots.
Okay, I'm almost done with the flowers here. This has been quite a few flowers. I've got, see, I've got to make 6 of each, and then I've got to do 6 of these feathers too. Oh, they're saying that your little tote is much better.
Oh good, I'm glad.
And you can do that on all sizes of totes. Like, you can do all kinds of fun designs with them.
Yeah, and the grain sack stencil is really long, so you can do it on bigger pieces.
Yeah.
And it comes with 3 different stripe patterns, so I like the little stripes for things like that, and then I use the bigger stripes on bigger pieces. Okay, I'm almost done.
All right, I'm finally onto the leaf / feathers. But everything's all glued. We'll just have to set it on.
All right, it's dry enough.
I always use, so Madison Kate, I always use clear coat and wonder if I should be using wax instead. It's really personal preference. We like wax because it's quick, it dries fast, and the DIY wax has changed our waxing situation because it's really creamy and it goes on really easy. You do get, sometimes if you're doing like a darker color, what we call the wax freakout factor.
It'll get splotchy, but then after a day,
it levels back out. But yeah, the wax is, if you were doing like a tabletop or something, or a nightstand, the top of a nightstand, I might do like a liquid sealer, like a Big Top. But other than that, we've been waxing just about everything because it's got a really soft matte finish that we really love.
so I'm drying this because that is a little warm, and if you wax it right after you heat gun it, the wax melts, go figure. So I'm gonna just work on this, oops, bubbles. I'm gonna dry this
Too much
off.
heat.
I know, you gotta be fast, you
You
can't
gotta
leave
move
it
it.
on.
You gotta keep that gun moving.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to be, if you're waiting for that to cool, these are all glued and ready.
Okay. All right, that I'm gonna let cool a little bit. So make sure you're on these ones, Seb. You got to do more around the edge. Like I smeared it a little, because the problem is that I'm layering them on top of each other and it's not sitting flat. So you got to smear it.
There.
Oh, you're gonna get some glue on that mirror.
Fixed it.
Nailed it. Oh, and we don't need the bottoms of these.
Oh, you took the bottoms off? I very carefully glued that.
Yeah.
I thought we were using the whole
Sorry.
thing. I didn't really look at your
Yeah,
design
or
over
listen to me when I said I was not using
here. I
them.
was probably over picking stuff up.
It's okay.
There's a good chance I wasn't listening.
You're cute. And there's like a long list of ladies that will take you. So I gotta be good. Okay, could you put some glue on that one? Because that goes before this flower.
Yeah.
I never really thought to mound them up like this, but I saw somebody, I think it's called 1861 AD. Don't hold me to it because I'm not positive. They're from Salt Lake. They resell online. And they used the rose one and mounded them up like this, and they looked so good, and I thought, oh, I want to try that. So I got to give them credit because I had seen the first people I've seen do that. They used a different Iod mold, but same concept. All right, I'm just mounting that. Being very careful not to mush out all the detail. Okay, I'm gonna go back to my jar now. So we're gonna raise up the situation. There we go, okay.
Kind of raised and crooked.
That's why you never let me touch the camera.
I've been crooked tonight too.
What? You've been, oh, it's still a little warm. How about paint the mannequin? That would probably not happening tonight. That'll take a long time.
Yeah, we're
Maybe
past
we'll do a
the
video
point.
on it though when we
We're
do it.
already over time by quite a bit.
Yeah, it's
This is bonus time right now.
10 minutes over. So I didn't get paint in all the cracks, and I wasn't really worried about it because I am getting like wax in all the cracks. And it actually is still rather warm, so it's kind of melting it. That's okay. Oh, you know what I didn't grab? I thought I grabbed all my supplies. I'm never ready. I need a rag. I see one over there.
Well, you know what? The problem is we get going, we're like, oh, we have all these cool tools that we use, and
I know. Because when you sell all the stuff, you get to own all the stuff. So I have all the stamps, all the stencils, all the accessories. When people come back to my studio that are like DIYers, but not necessarily retailers, they're like, oh, because I have all the things. Because you gotta have all the things so that you can show people how to use it. Part of the job. All right, let me grab a rag.
all right.
Now, if you were really worried, you could come back like tomorrow and add some clear wax to it. Because I'm wiping it back right away.
It's shifted from jar to like decor or a vase. It would be a good vase.
It is a vase.
Oh, it is a vase?
Yeah. And it's distressing it a little bit when I do this because the wax melted and is wet. So that's okay, because that's going to work to my advantage. Because I wanted to distress it, but I didn't want to take the time. So now I got a little distress and a little white wax, and I will show you guys up close what it looks like. And if you guys have been watching for a little bit, you saw what it looked like when it was just paint.
And just glass.
So here it is, all done up. It was $1, and then we'll probably sell it for like $6. So $6.95.
Last leaf.
All right, that part is done. I'll leave it here so you guys can. Ooh, oh.
That's not a close-up.
That's not a close-up. Well, you're gonna have to take I'm not that tall. Like I can only get so close.
I'll show them in a sec. I got
they like the jar.
I got paper clay and glue all over me.
The jar is kind of splotchy because the wax is still wet, but it'll even out and it'll look even cooler. Dawn says that they have 3 mirrors with transfers on them. It's funny because the mirrors with transfers either sell super fast or they take a hot minute. It just depends. Now, because the paint was thick, the heat gun will crackle it. So if you're going to use a heat gun, just know that it could crackle your paint. I like a good little bit of crack, so I don't care. You'll also notice I'm using our stencil brush. Something I learned from Josie, that the JRV stencil brushes, when you're doing little detail work, they work amazing as a wax brush. And I find I use less wax when I use these because I'm not waxing up the whole thing, I'm just waxing where I need it. So this paint's still a little wet, but I'm going to wax it anyways.
Here, I'll bring you in.
Margie says she's only been married 25 years. Anna says I'll be married 53 years this week. Woo woo! Happy anniversary!
That's winning, 53 years.
That is a long time.
It's a good long while.
All right, I think I'm going to just heat gun it just a little bit more. Zeb and I have been together 20 years, 20 and a half, I guess, and married for 18 and a half because we met in high school. We have been together more than we have been apart. Okay, that's still a little hot. Hot, hot, hot. You really want to see the wax because it makes the mold pop. You can also do like a color wash over them. That's really pretty. So take your paint and water it down. Like if you didn't want to put wax on this because you wanted to seal it with a liquid top coat, water down white paint and brush that on and then dab it off with a shop towel. And you can do that and you'll get a similar effect. Okay. Now I'm waxing like this because my piece, again, is not dry. Which means I will have to...
And it's probably hot.
And it's hot. I will come back at a later date and probably clear wax it because like I said, it's hot. I'm not really working the wax in the way I normally would. But I just want you guys to be able to see what it looks like. And I'll try to show this off on Community once it's all the way finished. So again, this is Skeleton Key with a DIY white wax if you're just tuning in. And we sell everything at JamiRayVintage.com and in the shop if you're local. Some days I swear all we sell is products because people love coming here and getting all the goodies. Okay, now I'm buffing slowly. Like I said, the mold is not dry. I'm just gonna try to pull some of that back.
Alright, I think I'm almost done with all of these.
All right, you can glue this
I
in there.
glued them as I was making them, so we're ready.
Nice.
Oh, that one's been sitting there a minute. It's getting a little hard.
All right, I'm gonna wax this other part so they can see what that looks like waxed. And then Zep's gonna bring you in close, and then you'll be able to see white wax, no white wax. And if I was gonna do dark wax, I'd clear wax it first and then use dark wax, because white wax is way more forgiving than dark wax. You can see that white wax just sitting down in that crack makes it look like I painted it.
So not waxed yet, and waxed.
It'll be a little bit more dramatic. Once it's dry, I might put more white wax and really go to town and buff it off. But there you go. And you can hopefully get the vision of what this is gonna look like when it's all complete. But if you can't, we're gonna drop the picture of all our finished products or projects in community probably next week. Monday or Tuesday, we'll finish them up. Did you get yours all glued on there?
Yep.
Look at that, boom. There's only like...
It's not a mess. Someone was saying it was a mess.
Well,
we made a mess, but we're gonna clean it up in about 2 minutes.
Creativity is a mess.
It always gets messy when we're hustling.
All right. Heidi says she's excited to see the finish, and it's good timing that we got this done because we sold our Tremo mirror today, so we needed to get another mirror. I don't know, this might be too big, but we'll see. All right. Looks like we've answered all the questions. If you asked a question and we missed it, make sure you're either emailing customercare@jamirayvintage.com or PM me on Facebook. Just look up Jami Ray Vintage. Be sure to give us a thumbs up. Visit jamirayvintage.com and subscribe for more
DIY.
Bye, you guys. Thanks for joining us.
We will see you Monday or Tuesday. Depends on how Monday goes.